Right now, somewhere in an engineering office, an AI is quietly finishing a design that used to take a team 3 weeks. And the engineer who was supposed to do that work doesn't know it yet. A McKinsey report says up to 30% of design and drafting tasks in this industry can already be automated. Not, might be, can be, right now, today. And it's not just drafting. AI is cutting rework by up to 50%, slashing project delays by 30%, turning 2 to 4 weeks of floor plan design into minutes. This isn't a future prediction. This is happening in 2026, in real firms, right now. So here's the question every structural engineer needs to ask themselves today. If the drafting is automated, the layouts are automated, and the repetitive calculations are automated, what exactly are you still being paid for? Stick with me, because the answer to that question either protects your career for the next decade, or it doesn't. Welcome back to Alpha Digital Systems, where technology meets reality. Today we're breaking down exactly why 2026 is the year every structural engineer either adapts to AI, or starts falling behind engineers who already have. This isn't hype, this is backed by what's actually happening on real job sites and in real firms right now. By 2026, AI in architecture, engineering, and construction has moved past pilot projects into regular daily use. Firms are connecting BIM models, drawings, RFIs, change orders, and site logs into one system, and AI is using all of it to spot risks early and automate the repetitive parts of engineering work. Generative design tools now explore thousands of structural layout options simultaneously, ranked by cost, code compliance, and performance. What used to take a senior engineer days of trial and error now takes minutes. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Manual production of standard technical drawings is one of the most vulnerable tasks in this entire industry, because software can now generate, revise, and check drawings faster than a person working from scratch. If your daily work is mostly drafting, layout generation, and repetitive calculations, you are standing exactly where the automation is pointed. That's not a scare tactic. That's the honest read of where this industry is heading in 2026. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the story isn't, engineers are being replaced. Demand for structural engineers is still growing worldwide, driven by expanding infrastructure development. The engineers who are thriving right now aren't the ones competing with AI on speed. They're the ones who've learned to direct it, engineers who understand AI-enabled tools well enough to catch a bad recommendation, validate a generative design against real seismic conditions, and add the judgment a model simply doesn't have. There are two kinds of structural engineers emerging right now. Group 1 still treats AI like a gimmick, keeps doing things the old way, and hopes the shift slows down. Group 2 is actively building fluency in AI-enabled platforms, the modern versions of tools like STARD, Pro, ETABS, Tekla structures, and BIM systems with AI features baked in. Group 2 is learning to read data outputs critically, spot a weak AI recommendation before it becomes a structural liability, and use predictive analysis tools to catch problems before they happen on site. In 5 years, one of these groups is going to be running projects. The other is going to be applying to work for them. If you're a structural engineer reading the room correctly, 2026 is the year to get hands-on with generative design tools, understand how predictive structural analysis works, and get comfortable being the person who checks the AI's work, not the person the AI checks. This isn't about becoming a programmer. It's about becoming the engineer who knows exactly where AI is right, where it's wrong, and why. I've put together a breakdown of exactly which AI tools and skills structural engineers should be learning right now to stay ahead of this shift, not behind it. Link is in the description below. Subscribe, because the engineers who see this shift coming are the ones who'll still be in demand when it fully arrives.